So once again, football season's here, so definitely should be an exciting first game. Looking forward to a great football game. We know we got a football team that's coming into town that has our, for sure, utmost respect. And again, like I said earlier in the week, it's the first of 4 non-conference bowl teams that's showing up in town. So we know we've got a good week of preparation and practice, and understand we have a big challenge.
Coach, is Jack your starting quarterback?
He is. Jack will be our starting quarterback. But we'll definitely, it's been a fun battle to watch, and we're definitely, have plans for both quarterbacks.
Quez yesterday tweeted out that he won't be playing until the 14th. Is that correct?
That's correct. He'll be held for first two.
Held out the first 2 games. Can you say why? No, but I mean, overall depth and receiving corps, we've talked about it. I mean, what have you seen out of that group as a whole?
You know what? I'm extremely impressed with our receiving corps. Those guys have really done a great job. There's a bunch of competitors. I think we're deep at that spot. So again, I'm excited about that position. A lot of guys that go to work every day at that position. So again, there's been stiff competition, and we're a team that can play a lot of players at that spot.
Coach, how do you feel about the development of your offensive line over camp?
I've been pleased. I really felt like, looking at it, Glenn, I felt like, most of those guys, some of those upperclassmen, Drake and Arvin and Ty, they've had good camps. You look at, there's still competition across the board. I mean, when you look at some of the newcomers that come, of course, Trace and Coker's really, he's come on lately and had, Hayden Sturdivant. I think Hayden's had a good camp. So I think the one thing that we tried to create was competition in the offensive line. I think we had that. I think, again, it's one of those spots now where it's kind of like the receiving corps just talked about. You got to be ready every week, every Saturday, because there's a guy right there that's capable of putting in the game ASAP. So that's one thing competition does. It usually pushes you to another level, so it's a good thing.
Jack, what allowed him to separate?
Well, I think he it's always, Jack had a good year last year. And Tate did too when he came in. So it's not like Jack did anything really to ever but lose a job. But we felt like through spring, Tate had a really good spring. We felt like he deserved that opportunity. And we leave camp, Patrick, feeling like we got 2 really good quarterbacks that are ready to go. So again, it's Jack's the starting quarterback. But we understand we got a really good football player in Tate, and again, we got a plan for Tate. So that's all I'll say about that. But we're excited about having both those 2 guys leading our football team.
At running back, how many expecting to play? Kind of depth-wise, what are your numbers?
You're thin if you're 3 deep at running back. That's just the facts of the running back position, because those guys are going to take shots, they're going to get hit. So again, I feel like we've got 5 or 6 guys that can play. I don't think we have an exact number of how many we're going to play. And again, running back's a position, sometimes you get banged up a little bit too. So we feel like we've got solid depth there. And like always, we want to stay healthy, but again, for sure 3 or 4 are going to play.
Any freshmen that you might have that with that rule they put in last year for the 4 games that you may try out 4 games, it works out, yeah, we're going to go ahead and play them, but if not,
we'll come across that bridge every year ever since that rule's been put in place. And again, there's certain guys that we know we're going to try to play 4 games. There's certain guys that we might have to play them more. The team always comes first, and I say that every home I'm in, even in recruiting. We're going to do whatever we can. If we as a football team can afford to play a freshman 4 games and just get him some playing time, and it's not a detriment for us, whether we're winning or losing, we're going to try to redshirt him. But if we need that young man to win football games for us, he's going to play. So, again, the team's always first, and that's kind of our philosophy.
What are you expecting from offense here?
Just, they're a really good football team. You can look on film, a well-coached football team, athletic. Again, defensively, they fly the football. Offensively, they're very talented. They run the ball well. They have a quarterback that can throw the ball. He's a really good dual threat quarterback. Noah's a young man that I recruited 4 or 5 years ago, so I know he's a really good football player. I know he's a guy that can do things with his arm and his legs. So anytime you have a quarterback like that type of weapon, it always you always have concern. Their running backs are talented. The receivers, a couple of those guys I know too, are long, tall. There's some athletic guys there too. So they're an athletic football team, and we know we got to bring our A game.
Jay, can you speak how many guys on their roster do you remember that you
I had done a tally. No, I had, but it's most of the guys. If it had been, they would be the guys that are seniors because it's getting to that point. But again, we know that it's a they're the defending SWAC champs. Again, New Mexico State's a Division I team last year, and they had them on the ropes. Had a big opportunity there to win a game. We also know, and every year we talk about last year, Rice and Prairie View, that was a battle. So we're not foolish enough to understand we got a good football team coming to town, and we got to be ready.
Coach, new strength coach throughout camp. I mean, what difference did you see out of your guys, in the trenches?
I think, Patrick, we got good strength coming out of summer. I felt like we had good numbers. I felt like we've kept our weight, which is good. I think just when you look at overall strength and weight totals, I think we've done a pretty good job getting through August camp, maintaining there. And I think Jim and those guys have done a tremendous job. We know we got a season to go, so we got to continue that throughout the season. But again, so far we've been impressed.
Coach, your experience, the first games ever go like you think they're going to go?
Never. The first games are first games, so it's again, all the hype, the jitters, everybody comes out both sides. So again, we've got to make sure we're but the one advantage, the thing I do like about this football team is we're an older team. So usually, and knock on wood, because you never know, but a lot of times the older teams handle that a little bit better than younger teams, and because they've been there before. So hopefully some age and experience will help us there, get ready for the first game, and the guys will understand, we got to get ready to play ball.
Jay, can you speak to your relationship with Coach McNair, and you gave him the start on your staff while you were there?
Fred was our quarterback coach and did a tremendous job, and again, Fred, and everybody knows Fred's brother Steve too. It's Aaron McNair too with those guys, and so those guys have done a lot to Alcorn State University, and I was blessed to have Fred on my staff for 4 years. And again, a lot of those, like Coach Stanchek, I just hired this year. He was on that staff, so again, Alcorn is a special place. It'll always have a special spot in my heart, and again, it's certainly an exciting game for both teams. Again, I expect I know it'll be a great atmosphere here Saturday. It'll be a full house, and we know there's two good football teams playing, and we got to be ready to go.
Coach, what's it? Oh,
Go ahead, Pat.
Offensively, Alcorn, is that they're all their scheme, is it similar to some teams that y'all played last 3 years?
Yeah, I think each team, Patrick, has their own identity. Alcorn's no exception to that. They're a football team, again, like I said, with a quarterback as talented as Noah. They have the ability to run the ball. They have the ability to throw the ball. They're a football team that can run the ball inside and outside. And anytime you have an athletic quarterback, you have a quarterback that can do things with option. You have a quarterback that's talented to run any type of zone read concept you want to run, and our power read scheme. So bottom line is, we know, again, we've got to be prepared well defensively for Saturday.
What are you expecting from them on the defensive side of the football? What do they do well, or maybe what do they have returning that may give you some issues?
Well, again, they play fast. They're athletic. I think they cover well. Again, when you look at defensive football teams, the first thing you look at is Are they strong up front? Are they physical? Do they maintain gap integrity? You know, can they cover? And Alcorn State checks all those boxes. So again, they're a football team. We know defensively they're a good football team. It's just like I spoke offensively. They can throw. I know Noah can throw the ball. He's a very talented thrower, but he's also athletic enough to run all the different schemes that you're going to face. So again, they make you work. They make you prepare for everything you're going to see. So again, that's the challenge we have.
In my prep work this weekend on Alcorn, preparing for the broadcast, Whittington led them in sacks,
Right.
fourth on the
Right.
team in tackles, and he now plays for us. Can you
Right.
speak to how you got him here? And
Well, we didn't really, to be honest with you. I mean, Terry actually chose us. He came to us. I think he had gone home. I think he was through and was not going back to school. And you know, and he actually, you know, came to us. And I recruited Terry out of Miami a long time ago, so I knew what type of athlete he was. And to be honest with you, we actually had lost a couple of guys there at our Wolf position, and Torrance was a young man we brought in January, but he didn't go through spring. So we were looking, so that was a spot that we looked at and were like, oh, you know, we had lost a couple of guys there, and we felt like we needed some depth at that position. So again, I mean, it's a good addition for us, and he's had a good camp.
Coach Schoenfeld was your guy for 4 years at place kicker. Can you talk about where you guys are now?
Really pleased, Glenn, at place kicking right now. Of course, we know Parker was an excellent kicker, but you know, our kickers, I think we're deeper than we've ever been as far as punting and kicking the ball. I think the two additions this summer, and Andrew Stein and Ryan Shiptob, those two young men have done a good job this summer. Of course, we brought in Matt Brommel, our punter from Australia, and he and Zach are battling right now. And of course, with Tyler and Peyton, I mean, I feel like we've got some guys that can kick the ball around pretty good. You know, Dalton Ronson came in this summer too, so that's more depth in the kicking situation. So I feel better. That was a concern leaving spring practice. That was probably my biggest concern driving home that night, that day after spring game. I was like, you know, we were thin, and then we lost Briggs, and so I was a little bit worried. But just looking at how Andrew, Ryan, those guys have responded, I'm pretty excited about where we are in our kicking game.
Is Briggs out for the season?
That's probably let you know. Probably, you know, I can't talk about injuries anymore. That's something I think is a coach's deal. AFCA and all, they've kind of said no more talking about injuries on anything. So that's something that we'll decide later.
Anything else?
Well, just on the, I mean, have you decided who's going to handle place kicking? Is it going to be?
Andrew will be our kicker. Andrew will be our kicker, and we're still kind of battling at that punting job right now.
Anything else?